Hello everybody, how are you? Just wanted to come on for a few minutes. Not going to be big or long because I just want to tell you about the new YouTube channel that I have started, but I got to download some videos and get some subscribers before I can go live. So I just wanted to tell you about it first, but I'm going to give people time to come on and say hi when you come on. Let me know you're on. I know I'm a little early. I'm like 30 minutes early, but I had something I need to do a little bit later. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done, work on the YouTube channel a little bit because I got to download some videos. So, but hope everybody's having a good day. It's almost Friday. Yay. Oh my gosh, it's been a long week. A long week. And I was going to talk about self-love, but I'm going to talk a little bit about that and a little bit about domestic violence, and then I got a rant for a couple minutes because I'm over it so much. The subject I'm going to tell you about. But give it a couple minutes and let everybody come on. Because like I said, I'm a little early because it was supposed to be 7. I think I had put 7 down, but that's because I wanted to go ahead and get on and then let you know about the YouTube channel so you could go on there and see some videos. But I can't do a live yet until I get subscriptions. So I can download videos. So I'm going to download some Facebook videos and to let people know that I'm on there and maybe hopefully subscribe and everything so I can start doing lives there. But it's complicated, this YouTube thing. You know, I'm still learning all this stuff, so bear with me. And you know, the reason I wanted to do the YouTube channel, I thought about it for a long time. I was going to do a podcast or a blog, but then I thought, some of the YouTube things I see on TV, on other YouTube channels, oh my gosh, they're so funny and hilarious. And it's not going to be that, like that, but you know how many people they reach. So for domestic violence, I wanted to be able to reach more people. So hopefully you guys will come on and subscribe to the channel, and that way I can go ahead and start doing lives on there. But like I said, I'm going to download some videos and stuff that I have from from Facebook that have to do with domestic violence and stuff and some of the other things, and then hopefully get started doing lives there. But that's about it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and people can start, when they find out I'm on, they can go ahead and start getting on. If you don't know who I am, I wrote a book, A Family Affair Story, Domestic Violence. There it is right there. And I was in it for 28 years, and I'm an advocate for domestic violence. And with everything going on right now, they just found Brian Laundrie's body. So with having killed Gabby Petito and how young she was, I commented a little bit about it because if you know me and you've been on my Facebooks before and my lives, you know that I'm an advocate for education for domestic violence. Educate your young kids. She was only 21. I think 21, yeah. Or 22. She was 22, I think. And, you know, it's like I say, she didn't know the signs probably of domestic violence. She didn't know she was in a domestic violence situation or relationship. So you have to educate them so they do know. When they go to college or when they're, let me tell you right now, 14 years old, they're having sex. So 14 years old, when they're dating, you need to start talking to them about it. You need to start talking to them about sex education, about domestic violence, and about drug abuse. All 3, not just 2, all 3. Because a lot of these girls are saying, I didn't know. I didn't know what the signs were. I didn't know. I was, a friend of mine was telling me that show Evil Lives Here. I think it's on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, Hulu or Netflix. They had a story on there. And it was about a woman and her husband, and they had been married for a while. And he started changing and started doing things that were really weird, like he would just stare at her and things like that, you know. and he hit one of the kids. There was three of them, three boys, and he hit one of them. And so she started, getting really, starting to realize something was wrong with him. And she told the kids, after a while, she told the three boys, don't come home, stay over at a friend's, and I will come until I come and get you. Well, they did go home. They forgot what she had said, and they went home. And she came in from work or wherever she was at, and all three of them had been shot. He had shot all three of the boys, and they were laying down in bed, and he had shot all three. So, I mean, it's something that is, and surprisingly, usually he probably would have waited for her to come home and kill her too. But she hurried up, ran out, and when it got help, but it could have easily been her too. So, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous to stay with somebody that's, you don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know what's going to happen. And they threaten you. So let your young girls, your young boys, so it happens to both, let them know what to look for in a domestic violence situation. Let them know what the signs are, when they start getting into it, so they can get out, And on my lives, I've gone through all the signs and things like that. But, when they start, I see some people come on, say hi. They start isolating you from your friends and your family. They start being very possessive of you. They start hitting you for no reason, just any little thing that you do. They start blaming you for everything. Those are signs, and you should know all the signs. And like I said, there's a website that you can go on, domestic violence education for teenagers, and it will guide you through everything you need to tell them and how to tell them. Because, like I said, it could happen like that, when they start isolating you from your friends and family. And that's what they did to this girl, the lady that, she's an advocate now, but she said, I didn't know the signs. I didn't know the signs. That's the first thing you said. And let me tell you something. When I was in domestic violence, I didn't know the signs. I had heard of it, barely, but didn't know anything about it until I was in it. And then nobody can tell you, I know how you feel or any of that, until they are in that situation. Or, I don't know why you just didn't leave. I would have left. No, you don't know until you're in that situation, because it is a slow process. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that you see, oh, that's domestic violence. No, it's not like that, because they're gonna groom you more or less, and they're gonna brainwash you, and they're gonna isolate you, and you're the only one. If you have no kids, you're the only one with him, and you start defending him. You start, it's your fault, just like you saw in that video when they stopped Gabby and Brian. She was defending him, and that's what happens. You don't want anybody to know what's going on with you. You don't want anybody to know that somebody's saying you are embarrassed. You are embarrassed, and let me tell you, you will protect that person. Because you're brainwashed. You've been in it for a while now, and they tell you, oh, every time they hit you, I'm not going to do it again. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you so much. Yeah, And then guess what? Happens again and again and again. And it doesn't get any better. It gets worse. It starts escalating to where it gets worse, where they're choking you, spitting in your face, raping you, and it happens. And if you talk to any domestic violence person that has lived through it, they will tell you it's all pretty much the same thing. You hear the same stories, but just worse as time goes on. So, I don't want that to happen to anybody else. And it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard any events going on. I haven't heard anybody say anything about it. Have you? And like I said, it shouldn't be just one day, 1 month out of the year. It should be every day. Every day you should be talking about it. Every day, every minute, every second. Because somebody out there every minute, every second, every day is getting hit and dying. A lot of people are dying. And I don't want any young people dying. I don't want anybody dying. There's something that's preventable. This is preventable. If you start now educating your teenagers, it is preventable. But you have to educate them. You have to tell them what to look for. Girls and boys. Girls and boys. Because it happens to both sexes. It doesn't happen to just one. So, if you don't educate them, they're not going to know. And that's what the lady said. I didn't know. I didn't know until I got out. And then I read everything I could on it. I listened to anybody's story that I could. Because guess what? It helped me. Because when you get out and you become a warrior and you're not a victim anymore, you are at that point when you just get out, first you're going to be relieved and scared. You're going to be scared because you've been in it. You don't know anything else for a while. It's been you and him, and you've just been surviving. You've just been surviving. It's not, you haven't thought about day to day to day. It's just moment to moment to moment. How am I going to do this? How am I going to survive? How am I going to make him not hurt me any more than he usually does, or as much as he's going to? That's all you think about. Think about anything else. The next day, the day after, no, you don't think about any of that stuff. Hi, Vicky. And if you have a story, let me know. Because, let me tell you, it takes a toll on you. They wear you down. They wear you down day after day after day after day of doing that and hiding it because you don't want anybody to know. He would beat me all night. I'd stay up all night and I'd get up and go to work the next morning and hide all the bruises. I go to work with a smile on my face because guess what? You get used to doing that. And that's not something anybody should be used to doing. But you get used to hiding it. And you get used to saying, oh, I hurt myself on a shelf or something, You just get used to doing it. And when they've isolated you already, you don't really have to explain it to anybody. Because your family isn't coming around anymore because you've already pushed them aside. You don't want them to know. And you're trying to protect them too. You're trying to protect them also. Because they've already threatened you, they've threatened your kids, they've threatened anybody. And you don't know if it's going to happen because look, you hear about things all the time that's happening too, where they go to your work or they go to where you're at, if you're staying at some friend's house and they shoot you and then they shoot themselves. So it happens every day. So you don't want that to happen. So you hide it. You hide it until it's safe for you to go, until you have heard somebody offer you a hand. And let me tell you, if you are a friend of somebody that is in domestic violence right now or a victim, unfortunately, the only thing you can do is keep reaching out to them because they're scared. They're scared for themselves. They're scared for you. It's not that they don't want the help, but only they know when it's safe for them to go out, when it's safe for them to leave. Only they know. Only you know that. Because you know your abuser better than anybody else. And it's not that easy just to get out and get up and go. It's not. Because like I said, stalking and following and all that, that's part of it. They're not going to let you go easily. They've had you for a long time. They're not going to let you go easily. So, you only go when it's ready for you. But if you are a friend of somebody that is in domestic violence, reach out to them. Keep reaching out because they're going to tell you nothing's happening. They're going to deny it. But, you have to just keep reaching out and saying, look, don't worry. It's okay. We'll protect you. Your friends will protect you. Your family will protect you. We will protect you. And as long as they know that there's somebody out there wanting to help them, eventually they will go to you. It's not going to be right away, though. Probably. It's not going to be right away. It's going to take time for them to figure out a plan. Because you have to plan this. It's not something that you just get up and go and do one day. You have to plan it. You have to hide keys. You have to hide money. You have to do all this stuff that you normally wouldn't do. That's something you do think about. Getting out. That's the only thing you think about. Surviving. So, it's not an easy thing. When you ever say, I wouldn't be in that position. Yeah, you say that, but you would. Because it's not that easy. It's not that easy. And you fall in love with a person and you want to defend that person and you will do whatever they tell you to do. Because you're scared when it gets to a long point in time, you're scared, and they've worn you down so much that you're not even you anymore. You don't even recognize yourself anymore. I didn't recognize myself anymore. When I was in it for that long, I did not even know me anymore. I was not me. And when I got out, when you do get out, hopefully, when you do get out and you start thinking again for yourself, and it's going to take a while because you're so used to being in that situation, it's going to take a while for you to get back into thinking for yourself and realizing that you are worth everything they told you you weren't. Because I'll tell you, you're ugly, you're fat, you're not worth it. Nobody's going to want you. Nobody's going to want you. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. When you get out and you start thinking for yourself again, yes, they will. You'll get your stuff back together. Because when you come out, you have not taken care of yourself, mentally, physically, any of that. So you have to start gradually building your self-esteem back up and being around people that will help you build your self-esteem up. Be around people that will support you and help you. Don't let anybody define who you are just by that situation, because you are so much more than that. You are so much more than a situation. So don't let anybody tell you different or define you as that, because you are so much more than that, and you will be more than that. Because like I said, there is life after domestic violence. It's going to take time, but it will take time, because you're not going to just be like that, you know. Hi, Eddie. And everything's okay just because you got out. It's not going to be that way. It's not. You're going to need some help. You're going to need some counseling. Get into a group. Even if you don't want to go to counseling, get into a group. And there's so many good domestic violence groups out there. You know, Michaela Mack has one, the Butterfly Effect, that's just awesome. We have a lot of advocates out there that will help you. A lot. And, you know, I've mentioned them every time in my videos and stuff. Just get into a group, because you will need to talk to somebody. Hi, Roger. Or read somebody's story. And like I said, it doesn't have to be mine. Don't read mine if you don't want to. That's my story. And let me tell you, when I was, after I got out after a while and everything again, I wanted to know everything I could about domestic violence. I wanted to know everything, the symptoms, what happens after, all that. Writing this, it didn't come right after. It took time. I didn't want to think about any of that stuff. You want to try to get over it. You want to try, and you can't. You can't get over it. You're not going to get over it. You learn to live with it and go on. But you have so much traumatic things that have happened to you that you're not going to just get over it. But it takes time. And let me tell you, writing this book was so good for me, because I got it out. Got all the stuff out. There was stuff that I didn't even tell my kids, and they learned about it in here after I wrote everything, you know. So it helped me, and reading somebody else's story will help you. Like I said, I'm not going to get rich off this book, but because let me tell you, the worst time to write a book is a pandemic. Okay, the worst time for a book to come out is a pandemic. But anyway, but you know, if it helps one person, if one person read it, that's fine. That's one more person that's not gonna, you know, that's gonna be helped. And that's all that matters to me. Helping other people, you know, realize that you need to educate your children about it. You need to get help if you need to get help. I'm here if you need help. I will point you in the direction you need to go. If you just want to talk, I'm here. You know, get into a group, though, because you don't have to talk. Just listen to somebody else's story, because you will relate. And that's the thing. When you are a warrior, when you come out of being a survivor, and you are a warrior, you have so many brothers and sisters out there that will help you and want to help you. You are not alone anymore. So I just want to let you know, you are not alone anymore. If you need help, there's so much. Reach out. Because you can't do it by yourself. You really can't. And thank God I got my family back, and my friends, and the friends that I have are friends that support me and lift me up, and I do the same for them. Because you don't want to be around toxic people. You want to be around people that will lift you up. You know, your friends lift you up, support you, and that's what you do for your friends, and support them and lift them up. You don't want to be around toxic people, because if you're around toxic people, guess what? You become a toxic person. If you're around somebody that is good and that wants the best for you, guess what? You're going to be good, and you will want the best for somebody else. And that's why you should always be a light for someone. You don't want to be a toxic person. You don't want to be that person. Because you know what happens to toxic people? They don't have friends. They don't have friends. They have acquaintances. But somebody that's going to really stand up for them, toxic people don't have that. They just have other toxic people around them that think about themselves and nobody else. So surround yourself with good people. You know, be a good person. It's not that hard. It's not hard, really. Just try to be the best person you can be. And don't let something that happened to you define who you are. You can be anybody you want to be. You can change your story. You can change a chapter in your story. You can redo the whole book, you know. But, you know, it's just up to the person that wants to do that. Because a lot of people, you know, you can feel sorry for yourself and say, oh my gosh, why me, da-da-da. And let me tell you, I was doing that when I was in it. I was like, oh my God, where are you? God, please help me. But you know what? I'm stronger now than I ever was before. I'm doing things I never ever thought I could do before. And you will be that way too. You will be that way too. It just takes time. Because I've been out 7 years now. So it takes time. But you know, you just learn to live with things. You know, and it gets easier as it goes. And as you start a new life and you start letting go a little bit, like I said, you're not going to forget, but you let go a little bit, it helps. And you can do anything you want to do. But anyway, that's that. Okay, now my rant. I'm going to rant for a couple of minutes because let me tell you, it's been a rough week. And you know what? If you are a business, I'm going to tell you right now why there's so many signs out now that say help wanted. Okay? I've never seen so many signs that say help wanted ever in my lifetime. It used to be rare because there was always jobs, always people wanting to work. I did. Now there's signs everywhere. Nobody wants to work. Well, let me tell you why. If you are a business and you don't appreciate your employees, if you don't tell them they're doing a good job once in a while, if you don't reward them once in a while, they are not going to want to work for you. If you are not paying them what they are worth, they're not going to want to work for you. If you can go to McDonald's and earn $14 an hour, and you've been at a job for 10 years and only make $10 or $11 an hour, why do you think they're going to want to go back to you? You have to show your employees some appreciation. And let me tell you, appreciation goes a long way. Even if it's not money, if you let your employees know that you care how they feel and that you really reward them for things that they do, a good job, people want to work for you. Why do you think you hardly ever see signs out for Publix or Chick-fil-A help wanted signs? Because they treat their employees good. They treat them well, they respect them, and they say, hey, how are you? How you doing? You know, a lot of employees don't do that. And let me tell you, like I said, appreciation goes a long way. I was working the other day, and I saw one of the employees there came up to me and said to me, she works in the same area I do, but she's part of a different company. And she came up and said, I really appreciate what you do. And you know how good that made me feel? It always makes you feel good when other people appreciate what you do and tell you they appreciate what you do. Because let me say, there's some employees that don't do that and have cut back on doing what they used to do for you. So I don't understand it. I don't get it. I was a supervisor before for years, and my employees, I always treated them well. I always got them little things to let them know that they are appreciated. Because if you don't, why are they going to work for you when they can go to McDonald's for $14 an hour? If you're paying them less, why? Why would you do that? Because you know what it is too, and let me tell you, this bothers me. Like I said, I'm going to rant for a minute or two. I don't know about you guys, but being a woman, and I see this every day. The men get paid more and do less work. I'm not saying every man, okay? Guys, don't sit there and be haters, okay? I'm not saying every man. I'm just saying I see a lot of men that show favoritism to another man because they're a man and they have a family or whatever, and they pay them more and do less. And I know that happens because it's happening in my, that I know of. And it's sad that that happens because it shouldn't. You should get paid on your performance. You should get paid on your performance, okay? And that's another thing. When they do reviews, okay, they'll have on there, I don't know if any of you guys have this on there, but they'll have gets along with other employees, okay? And, hey, Diana, gets along with other employees. First of all, when you go to work, it's not you're not there to make friends, okay? It's nice if you have friends there, but that's not your number one goal, is to be liked by everybody, because you're not going to be liked by everybody. I learned that a long time ago. Toxic people are toxic people, and I don't have anything to do with toxic people. So, of course, you're not going to get along with everybody at work. And that shouldn't even be on there, because let me tell you something. If you go to your job and you do your work, and you leave everybody else alone, and you do your job and you do it well, you should get paid for that. It doesn't matter if you get along with everybody, because guess what? You're not going to get along with everybody. You're not gonna. No place ever are you going to be friends with every single person, because we are all people and we all have different views and different ways of dealing with things, and we're not all going to get along. It's just a fact, So that shouldn't even be on there, because it's not a popularity contest. You don't need to be getting along with everybody. You just need to do your job and do it well. And that's it. Get paid for what you do. And that doesn't happen a lot of times. And that just, it bothers me so much, because some people should not be supervisors, and they shouldn't. And I don't know how they got to be supervisors, really, honestly, because somebody else is not doing their job. Their supervisor's not doing their job. Because it's so annoying, okay? I guess because, I have been an employee, and I have been on the other side and been a supervisor, and I know when it's not a good supervisor, and how they got it, I just don't get. And why they're still there, I don't understand. So to me, that's maybe just my thing, because I've been in both shoes and I know how it is. But I would never, ever treat employees that way, You have to appreciate your employees. You have to tell them they're doing a good job. Reward them once in a while. Buy them a lunch once in a while. It's not going to kill you. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, that's my rant. Sorry. It's just sometimes things like that bother me. I don't know. Tell me if it bothers you, or if you are in that situation. And like I said, guys, I'm not saying all guys are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm saying the supervisors that show favoritism to other men that are not doing their jobs, and when there's women out there busting their butt, and they're showing favoritism to that one, like giving them all the overtime, or because they have a family. Guess what? Women have families. Women have children. Women are single parents. Guess who would need that money more than that person? You know what I mean? So, I'm just saying. Anyway, fair is fair. So, I don't know. But anyway, if you just came on a little while ago, I was telling you I do have a YouTube channel, and I tried to do a live today, but I'm just learning all this stuff, so you guys are going to have to bear with me, because it's telling me that I have to have subscribers, 1,000 subscribers first before I can do a live. But I can upload videos. So I'm going to upload some of my videos that I have had, like these and stuff, so just keep looking out for them. Hi, Diana. One is, I'm going to put some domestic violence ones on, like one of my first ones and stuff, and then some of these. So, if you guys have a chance to go on, it's Penny Everhart, Life After Domestic Violence on YouTube. When you start seeing some, go ahead and please subscribe so I can start doing some lives on there. Because the more people we reach for domestic violence, the better it is. And like I said, please teach your young children. Teach your college-bound kids. Teach your 14-year-olds that are having sex and dating now, according to statistics. Go on the website, teenage dating violence, and education, and it will guide you through how to educate your children about domestic violence. Because if they don't know the signs, they're not going to know when to get out. And that's what you hear a lot of people say when they had something happen to them. Like I said, that lady that had her 3 kids, her husband killed the 3 kids. She said, and now she's an advocate for it. She said, I didn't know the signs. I didn't know what to look for. So that's why she's an advocate now. And that's why most people that do what we do now are advocates, because guess what? Like I told you, I didn't know anything about domestic violence. I never thought I would be in that, you know? And until you are, you do not know how it feels to be in that situation and how it is, because it is just so traumatic. And nobody knows unless you've been in it, you know? So, but in my book, it's not a long book, it's just a short book, and it's just a little bit about, because I didn't want it to be, there's so many books about domestic violence out there. I didn't want it to be one of those books that got lost in the shuffle, because there's so many of them. I wanted it to be a book about how it happened, what happened to me, how I was in it for so long, and how I got out. And inspirational more than it just, you know, because I could have made it a lot. I could have put every little thing that happened to me out of 28 years. But guess what? It would be the same thing every day, just worse. Every single day, it just got worse until it escalates and escalates. So why just repeat myself? And that's what a lot of it is. Day to day to day, it's just getting worse. It's the same pretty much every day. He hits you, apologizes, hits you, apologizes, hits you, apologizes, strangles you, apologizes. That's what it is, and you're surviving. So I didn't want it to be just that. There's some little inspirational things in there. My daughter wrote her perspective from a child of domestic violence and how it was for her and what she felt and what she was doing at those times. So, I mean, I wanted it to be more like that because I had never heard a child of a domestic violence talk. And I even had read a passage out of it on one of the lives. So, you know, it's just, I wanted to be something like that, inspirational and something new, not something that, you know, everybody did already. So it's not a long read, it's a short read. It's like I said, it's just a little bit of my story. So, you know, but anyway, anybody got anything to say? Oh, you know what I was going to tell you about self-love. You know, you cannot love yourself, or you can't love anybody else until you love yourself. And when you get out of domestic violence and you become a warrior, you start loving yourself again because you don't love yourself. You don't love anybody. You can't. You can't. You got to heal. Your heart has to heal. It has to mend. Your body, all your mentally, physically has to heal. And physically goes away a lot faster than mentally. And mentally is not going to go away. You're going to remember a lot of stuff, you know. So it takes time, you know, but you gotta learn to love yourself again before you can love anybody else. And don't rush that. Don't try to get into a relationship again right after, because guess what? You are not in the state to find somebody that is going to love you the right way. You will find somebody that's hurt you again. And we don't want to do that, you know. So heal your heart. It's got to mend. Your body has to mend. Your mind has to mend. Everything has to mend and heal. And that takes a lot of time. It's not easy. It's not right after you get out. Just because you got out, that's it. It's done. No, it's not. That's when the work really starts. The healing really starts. So, you know, give yourself a chance. Give yourself an opportunity to heal. And it's not, guess what? Being alone is not the worst thing in the world. Let me tell you, you will want to be by yourself for a while because you've been in it with him for so long, or her, that you want to be alone. You want to get your thoughts back, you know, heal, you know, and make yourself start feeling good about yourself again, so you can love somebody else again, and they can love you, you know. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, anybody got anything to say? That's all I want to say about self-love. You gotta love yourself first before you can love anybody else. And just treat people nicely, please. I hate that when people treat people badly. That's about it today. I'm gonna go try to upload some videos for you on. It might not be till tomorrow because I think they said on there it takes like 24 hours before when you do it for it to come out. So like I said, I'm learning all this stuff, but we'll learn together. Okay, but Love you guys. Be a light for someone and share this video, please. Share, share, share. Okay. Oh, you know what? I want to show you one more thing before I leave you guys. This right here. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. This is let me see if I can get it. Maybe not. Oh, okay. There you go. This is a picture of pennies. It's so cool. I'm gonna hang it when I do the lives for my YouTube because I thought it was so cool. And let me tell you about this picture before I go. I work at a school, and I was walking through. There's an area where they have art, and they change it every once in a while. Well, this was at the end of the year, and they had pictures up that students had done, and photography. And I saw that and I said, oh my God, look how cool, because my name is Penny. And I said, wow, I want that picture. I want to have it done to hang up in my office when I get. And so I asked the art lady, she's so nice, so sweet. And I said, is there any way I can get a copy of this? Because I love that picture and I just think it's so cool with my name, and everything. So she said, yeah, I'll make you one. So she was so nice and made me a big picture, and I put it in this frame. So I thought it was so cool. But anyway, you'll see that when it goes up. I put my one book up today. But it was so cool. I thought it was so neat. But, super nice lady. She did that for me. But anyway, I wanted to share that because it was so cool. And a student took it, They're so talented. But anyway, because she told me, she said that he's going to take that one that he did because it's his, but she said, I will make you a copy. And I said, thank you so much. So anyway, I love that picture. Okay, I love you guys. Please be a light for someone. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.